Tonight, a special screening of a new documentary highlighting the rise in Asian hate crimes will be taking place in downtown Sacramento.
It is called The Race Epidemic, and joining us now live is the film's executive producer, John Cabarra. John, thanks so much for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on here.
Of course, talk a little bit about this film and why it was something you wanted to be a part of.
Well, I think it's a very important film. It's a 50-minute documentary that really provides the history of Asian hate and discrimination through the eyes of Asian legislators, including our Attorney General Rob Bonta and David Chiu, the City Attorney of San Francisco, and a number of others, providing an insight into this long history, bemoaning the current spate of Asian hate and the violence, but thinking about the long trajectory here of the challenges we face as a community.
Share a little about your personal story, John, and what led you emotionally to take part in this.
Well, many things. First of all, Tony Hsu and Ron Wong, really the people who envisioned this film, really have inspired me. My grandparents and all my family, from my parents on, were incarcerated in the Japanese internment camps, and part of that is in the film. And I've tried to really be inspired by my grandfather, who I'm named after, who was in the camps and who lost everything during that time period in the 40s. And what's interesting is when we've shown this film to 25 to 35-year-olds, Asian Americans in particular, they don't know this history. They get emotional, they cry about the Chinese Exclusion Act, about what happened to Vincent Chin, a number of things that have happened. And again, not to make light of the current situation and the grieving that we're doing for these victims and the fear that people have for even going outside of their homes. But the idea of having a film, and what really got me engaged with this, is not just going to be a film where you see an interesting documentary on some streamer and you say, wow, that was interesting about Asian hate. This is going to be followed up when we release this film in April with a workshop about Asian history, about Asian engagement, about Asian activism that is an optional virtual or live workshop that you will be able to partake in after you see the film. So it's about engaging people in a deeper discussion about the complexity and challenges of the Asian American community.
And John, I think that's so important too, to really have that engagement outside of the film. So there, I know, will be a panel discussion with some of California's lawmakers. What are you hoping people take away from the experience?
Well, that we need to be reminded of our history. You know, there's been history that's preceded us, both ancestral history, but American history. And it's embedded in the way we live today. The history that's being made today is part of that history. So in 55 minutes, we want people to understand, get a real kind of dosage of that understanding, but with the understanding that we have to be engaged. Both Asian Americans, allies of Asian Americans, people that are interested in what's going on, need to be engaged in the process and understand the complexity of this history and the community. We have, 39 sub-ethnic groups. In the Sacramento area, the Hmong community, which is one of the components of the Asian American community, is one of the poorest communities in the nation. And the model minority myth that everything is okay with the Asian community needs to be dispelled as a part of this process. So the film, with these great legislators, Anthony Rendon and Rob Bonta and Fiona Ma, who will be there, are there to really bring leadership and visibility to this important history.
John Cabarra, he's the executive producer for The Race Epidemic. Give us a real quick snapshot of where we can see it if you're not going to the live screening. We've run out of time, but we want to give our viewers a chance to be able to watch that.
It hasn't been released yet. They can go to theracedocumentary.org, which is where our trailer is, and you can learn all about the film. The film has not been fully released. The screening is really a screening to really bring visibility to the film, and we'll do another one in San Francisco later in the month. But the film will be premiered at the end of April, and then we will release the curriculum and the workshops.
All right, John, thanks so much. John Cabarra, thanks so much for joining us this morning. And we will, of course, share this information on our website so folks can make sure they're tuned in and make sure they watch that documentary.
Thanks so much, John.
Thank you.